Reviews presents a movie review by Eddie.
Hey Boiler Room Gang, it's Eddie and welcome back to another movie review of the 2017 film, It. But before we get into anything, I need you guys to like, subscribe, and share to my channel for new videos that I'm going to post up. So if you guys haven't seen this movie, please, I warn you now, there will be spoilers. Let me give you a little preview of the movie. The movie opens up in 1988. Bill builds a boat for his little brother Georgie in the town of Derry. Georgie takes his boat out in the rain and it gets a little fast for him. So his boat that Bill made for him gets stuck in a drain, and that's where Georgie meets Pennywise. Well, Georgie is trying to attempt to get his boat back. Pennywise rips his arm off and pulls Georgie in the sewer. Bill and his friends Eddie, Richie, and Stanley goes looking for Georgie's body. Later they meet a classmate mate, Ben, who keeps tabs of the strange things that have been happening in Derry. Beverly and Mike join the group later in the film. They call themselves the Loser Club. A couple weeks later, Beverly kills her pervert father and was adopted by Pennywise. The rest of the group goes looking for Beverly, goes back to the abandoned house that they fought Pennywise in originally, and they found Pennywise's lair, which they saw all the victims of Pennywise. Beverly was saved by Ben due to him kissing her. Bill finally sees Georgie, realize it wasn't really him, it was Pennywise. Bill was taken by Pennywise, and he told the others they will live if he only has Bill. They don't leave, they will die, and he will take all of their souls. So they fought against Pennywise and defeated him by facing their fears. Okay, cool. Since you got a little glimpse on that, now we're going to start talking about the characters, and right now we're going to start talking about Bill. Bill was a middle school kid who was obsessed on finding out what happened to his brother Georgie. After making that boat for Georgie, he didn't come to realize that Georgie died until later on. Bill wants to avenge his brother's death. Billy is in a group called the Loser Club, which features himself, Ben, Richie, Eddie, Beverly, and Mike. They all join Billy to help on finding out what happened to Georgie. Bill one night sees the ghost of Georgie and tries to apologize to him before he was confronted by Pennywise. Bill finds out more information about where and how Georgie died and where he could end up. Each time they encountered Pennywise, Bill was always angry and frustrated, didn't really want to believe what was happening. Towards the end of the movie, Bill finally gets to see his brother, realize it was not really him, and then confront his fear towards Pennywise to beat him at the end. Now, let's talk about Ben. Ben is the new kid on the block, who stayed alone to himself in the start of the movie. He looks up the history of Derry. He seems to realize that a lot of strange stuff was happening. And then as he was looking through the history of Derry, he comes encounter with one of his fears, starts running through the library, and then comes to realize that it was Pennywise. And Pennywise dead told him, "Hey, egg boy." that was pretty funny to me. But then Benny realized that he was being bullied by Henry, who also bullies his friends in the beginning of the movie. As Ben runs for his life from Henry, he meets the Loser Clubs by a river, and they helped him and accepted him into the club. Ben meets Beverly, and it was like love at first sight. He writes her a poem, and he didn't want to tell her towards the end of the movie. I guess he was scared and something like that, but he falls in love with her and then saves her at the end of the movie by giving her a kiss. Now let's talk about Richie. Richie is a member of the Loser Club who encounters Pennywise last. He's a very strong-minded kid in the film. Plus, he also got a big mouth. Don't know how to close it, but it's a rated R movie, so I guess it's okay. But besides that, Richie, I feel, is a funny-ass kid. And also, he gets into a fight with Billy towards the middle of the movie. Like, I can explain this, like, real quick. Richie wanted to basically just be a kid. Like, he wanted to play video games. He just wanted to hang out. But he got so upset to the fact that he's running around looking for a dead kid who's been dead for, I want to say, a couple of years. And he feels like it's not worth his life over. He confronts Bill about it. Bill didn't like it. They get into a fight. Richie is also afraid of clowns. So that's probably another reason why he didn't want to go after that clown in the first place. But towards closely ending to the movie, Richie and Billy, they made up and stuff like that. Richie, towards the end, basically told Bill, at the end of the day, we're the loser club. We stick together. If you're gonna fight this clown, then I'm gonna have to beat this clown's ass. Let's talk about Eddie. I want to say that he has a lot of illness in this movie. He is disgusted of germs, diseases. He also has asthma. Eddie's mother puts so many lies in this kid's head to make him feel that he couldn't do anything or be around anyone. Eddie lost his father to cancer, and I feel that played a big part in Eddie's life. He also is a careful kid. But as he was going home one day, he encounters Pennywise. Just like everyone else, he encounters Pennywise. Eddie, towards the movie, breaks his arm. And when his mother finds that out, she does not want him near nobody. She doesn't want him near the group. She just wants to send that kid home. So as Eddie was picking up his normal medicine that his mother tells him to pick up, he finds out that the medicine that his mother was having him take was doing nothing for him. Like, it did nothing. The pills were basically fake. So he confronted his mother. And when he found out the truth by his mother, just because she wanted to protect him through the outside world, he flipped out. I kid you not. This kid flipped out to the point that he told his mother, "You made me abandon my friends. You made me feel so bad to the point that I didn't want to be around them." So Eddie runs out, takes his bike, and starts heading off to go to his friends and helps them fight Pennywise. Now we're going to talk about Beverly Marsh. Beverly is the new member of the Loser Club, plus she is the only girl in that group. Beverly has a lot of issues at home due to her father developing inappropriate feelings towards his daughter. What makes matters worse, she gets bullied by a couple of schoolgirls, calling her a slut, throwing dirty trash water on her. Oh yeah, even Eddie's mother calls her a slut. Well, she doesn't really say you're a slut, but she really attended. Moving on from that, she finds herself liking Billy after reading a poem that she loved, but little did she know it was not from Bill. She later helped the Loser Club fight off Pennywise, so she was taken by him, but Beverly wasn't afraid of Pennywise, which is why she wasn't killed when he adopted her. Let's talk about final Loser Club, Mike. Mike was born into farming in 1951. Mike began school at a Church Street school. That kept him from meeting some of the kids that went to Derry Elementary. Due to Mike being black, it was hard for him to fit in. Also, Henry, who bullied him because he was black, made it even harder. So one day, Mike was being chased by Henry and a couple of his friends. The kids in the Loser Club heard him, and they went to help Mike fighting off Henry and his group in a rock fight. To be real, that's how Mike became a member in the Loser Club. Later, he revealed information about Derry and also told them about his grandfather told them about the strange things that was happening in Derry. Then Mike tells the Loser Clubs about his past. He told them when his parents and himself were in a tragic accident when their house caught on fire. His mother and father tried to do everything to save Mike, but it was kind of too late. When the firefighters got to Mike, Mike saw his parents' body and their skins melted straight off the bone. Okay guys, since we got all the characters done, I think we got one more person that we need to talk about, and that's Pennywise himself. Pennywise is a weird old fella, more scarier now than the original clown, I think. Let's look at his face. More details around the face. You know, I love looking at that smile because the smile's even scary itself. Now look at his forehead. It looks like a cracked watermelon. Plus, the clothes he has on, I feel it's more suitable for this clown because it's more dirtier and it looks more older, like he's been in it for years. Pennywise has magical powers, and he uses those powers to implement himself into different fears on each child to make it more easier to kill his next victim. Pennywise takes his time going after each of those kids in the loser club, and he attacks them by going after their fears. And Pennywise only comes every 27 years, so it tries to feed off as many kids as it can, till it's time for Pennywise to go into hibernation. But Pennywise fails to kill the loser clubs due to the loser clubs not being afraid of Pennywise. That, I feel, sets off what Pennywise is like. So now we're going to talk about the ending of the movie. Now, towards the end of the movie, the loser clubs come together once again. They started to realize that Pennywise was weak when they were together, and they're stronger together, and they realized that. And Pennywise didn't want that to happen. He tried to separate them, get them to fight, get them to, stay away from each other. He even used Henry Bauer and controlled them to even kill each and every one of them. But that also failed. Now they get down to Pennywise's lair and they see a whole bunch of kids floating in the air. And that's where they find Beverly. So after they save Beverly, they group up together to fight Pennywise. And Pennywise tries to attack them by using each fear from each kid. But that did not stop them. And they defeated Pennywise at the end. Hey, Boiler Room gang, I'm going to stop it there. I hope you guys like this one. I know this was a very long review, but I really hope you guys like this one. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please take the time right now to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so you can get notifications whenever I post up a new video. Alright, Boiler Room gang, I'm Eddie, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you for watching Boiler Room Reviews. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.